Hello everyone and welcome to today's live stream. Today we are gonna learn to build an npm package and hopefully publish it as well. So today I have with me Yash Dave joining in from India. Hey Yash, thank you for joining in.
Hey Harshit, I'm happy
Awesome.
to connect.
Awesome. Yes,
I heard this
before
was a cooking stream. Uh,
yep. Oh yeah. Thank you for reminding me. So we are actually gonna cook an npm package and hopefully you all will get a taste of it. Let's see. So yes, before we move forward, do you want to introduce yourself?
sure. Hi everyone, my name is Yash. I usually go by the tag of athlete Morpheus on social platforms, so like Twitter and stuff. I'm currently a master's student who's studying in India, and I'll be completing my master's degree in a month-ish kind of thing. And I am primarily like a web developer who has been working with web tech, front end, back end, a mix of those two. So yeah, that's all.
Interesting. So yes, do you want to spread some lights on what we are gonna do today?
Oh yeah, definitely. So this all started, I think, last week or in one of the previous streams
Yeah.
of Harshal, where Harshal actually showed off a template repository he had built for getting started with Discord bots easily. So I was there just watching the stream and chat, and I just threw up a question like, why not convert this to a npx command so people can just get started very easily instead of going online and finding out the exact GitHub link and then installing dependencies, etc., etc. Why not have a cohesive npx command like npx create Discord bot, let's say, and it would just initialize everything for you.
Right. So let me show them the ingredient that we are talking about. So here is the repo that you can see I created 8 days ago. So just a template repository where we have some required spices in here. If I open the package.json, you can see the required dependencies. So since we are building a Discord bot, we need discord.js. So that's something that we need. That's why we have discord.js and then .env. We use .env to basically hide our credentials. So that's why we have .env as well. And in the dev dependencies, we have nodemon. So with nodemon, what we can do is we don't have to close our servers and restart it again. We can, whenever we make any changes to our project, nodemon restarts the server on its own, and then we can just keep on building and testing out our our bot. So yeah, that's all the spices that we have in this. And I haven't built an npm package before, so this is gonna be interesting. So the idea here, as just mentioned, is just to create a command that will make it really easy for everyone to clone this repo or maybe build on top of this repo. So instead of just I don't know fork the repo or clone the repo, you can run npx I don't know, Discord template or something like that. We need to still figure out what we want to call the package. But once we do that, we will have that package installed and we'll see how we can move forward with it. Here's anything I'm missing in this.
No, that was pretty much everything. Yeah, we'll be doing today.
Awesome. So yes, if we want to create an npm package, what should be the first step?
So the first step is actually to ensure you have Node and npm installed on your computer. So an easy way to check it would be just typing out node dash v for p for version and npm dash v. So not only it will verify which version of npm or node you have available,
Right.
but it will also just show you what you have installed.
Nice.
Good way if you like if this returns an error, let's say, and it says no command found. So
Hmm.
the way to install Node or npm it would be to just visit Node.js's website, which is nodejs.org,
Let's just open
and
that.
they have installers available pretty much for all the platforms that you would want to install it to.
Nice. Awesome. So now that we have Node.js and npm both installed, how how should we proceed forward? And I see Obi the Darky in the chat. Hey Obi the hello. No, it's hello, hello. Hello, how are you doing? Thank you for
Hello.
joining in. Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, the once you have npm and node both available, the command will be looking to use to get started is
Mm,
the command called npm init. So npm init, and
okay,
this
but
should be
yeah.
executed in once you have created a folder for your
Right, right.
uh, project. So don't just, it's not like
Mm,
get clone where it will create the folder for you. Okay. Just create
mm.
folder first and then run npm init inside it. So
Okay.
it's to
But before moving forward, like we were talking about, there are two approaches, right? So I already
yeah.
have this repo created. So should I do npm init within this repo, or should I create a new repo and do npm init over there?
So there are a couple of ways of going around having your install script or CLI like thing ready. So the
Hmm.
one the two I have come across the most are either you maintain your script package and your template, which you will clone independently of each other.
Hmm.
And this is mostly used when developers are developing actual scripts that they would like to share with others because it
Right.
makes maintenance easy because that everything is separate. But people who are, let's say, writing some automation script for their own personal use, right, on their own computer, that is also possible. Like it isn't something that would be new. People have made
Hmm.
npm scripts that will just quickly initialize projects for them locally on their computer and they just keep it locally. So there usually the second approach is more common, where you have a template folder inside your script folder itself,
Okay.
and your script will actually be copying files from that template folder.
Hmm. Gotcha. So which approach are we gonna take today?
So yeah, as I said before, like since we want to share our creation with others and
Hmm.
things, we would be like we would like to maintain our template repository and the script independently of each other,
Hmm.
and that would basically be more, you can say, extensible for us because it will allow us to maintain them separately.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. I see the lazy kid over here. Hey, lazy kid, how are you doing? Obito Targi also is asking me, nice PG and all. Are you using the StreamYard subscription? Yep, I just got the StreamYard subscription because I want to get serious with streaming. Let's see how that goes. Alright, so now I'm gonna create a new folder. The name of the folder can be anything over here, right? It does not necessarily have to be the same as we have for what do we call it? What do we call it? What do we call it? The name of our npm package, right?
Yeah, the name of the folder on your computer doesn't matter. The name of
Okay.
the package name will be defined by your package.json file, not.
Okay, okay, cool. So I'm just gonna call it Discord npm package, and then let's get into that. I see a lot of messages coming in the chat. The lazy kid says use OBS. The lazy kid, I usually use OBS, but then it heats up my machine a lot, and that's why I don't want to use OBS. OBS is a bit tough to set up on Mac, I guess, or I don't know. That's yeah. OBS is not bit tough to set up on Mac, but as I said, it takes a lot of resources on the machine, and that's why I kind of am using StreamYard at the moment. So let's see how it goes. Maybe I get subscribers, and I get some, I don't know, donations to get a new machine. Let's see, and then we can have you do it more professionally. Okay. Sorry, yes, coming back to this. So we have a
Yep.
package, and you mentioned that we need to run npm init. Should I
Yeah.
run it? Should I pass on the default value npm init y, or should it just be npm init?
Um, let's just pass npm init without any.
Gotcha. Now we need to do a package name,
Yep.
Discord template. How does that sound?
I think something like create Discord starter or something like that makes more sense. Something that is intuitive, like what's
Mhm.
the package doing.
Create Discord bot or create Discord template.
Mm, I think create.
What
Mm,
everyone else thinks in the chat. Should we
yeah,
go with
any
create Discord
suggestions from the
bot
chat?
or create Discord template or any other name that you can have for this and which actually makes sense? Because we are basically using this to create a bot, and that's why I think create Discord bot makes
Hmm.
more sense. Just like
Yeah.
create React app, we are using React to create an app.
Yep. Yeah,
That's a nice,
that makes sense. Create
right?
Discord bot. Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Okay, just gonna hit enter. I'm gonna give it, I don't know, point one. Uh, all right. Description. I don't know.
Get started with your
Get
the next big Discord
started
bot
with your
easily.
next. I'm gonna use August.
Yes, next August Discord bot.
Next August Discord bot. Let's see if we can do emojis as well. Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Awesome. Entry point should be index.js. We can change that later on, so I'm gonna keep it index.js. Do we have a test command? No, right?
No.
Git repository, we don't have one at the moment. Keywords template, bot
Bot template, Discord template, Discord bot template. That would be nice.
template, Discord, and then Discord bot template. Author, I usually do this. So I'm gonna keep it like this. And let's add your name. What's your handler?
AMORPHE user.
AMO, okay, AMORPHEUG, right?
Yep.
Awesome. License, okay. Is this okay? Yes. All right. We got something over here. I am gonna open it in my Visual Studio Code. And as expected, it got open in a different window. So let me try to pull this in. All right. So I see Obito Daki saying enable BTTV. I don't know what's that. I'm sorry. I don't know what's
So
that, Obito.
BTTV is like you can have some custom emojis on your channel,
Okay,
and it's like
okay.
a browser plugin that acts
Hmm.
for you.
Nice, interesting. I'll take a look into it and I'll see and I'll try to learn and try to implement it by the next stream. That would be next weekend, the same time. So hopefully I'll be able to set something like that up. Okay, awesome. So yes, we got the package.json file,
Yep.
which contains the information that we just entered. So now what will be our next step? We have to create an index.js file, right?
Not exactly.
Okay.
So for like, I will just give some more information for people who are
Hmm.
completely new. So what npm is npm, and basically in most of the JavaScript, you can say package managers, what they do is they rely on a file to maintain their configurations and settings and things. So
Hmm.
in npm's case, it's package.json, and here you will see, if you were paying attention earlier, you will see all the options that we entered earlier as in the command line. They all got just
Hmm.
replicated here. So this is also, you can say, a kind of something what we are also trying to do, right? We
Right.
want just a npx command and we want to pass it options, and we want it to create files for us.
Yeah.
So I would just like you to I will like to redirect to another configuration that is present in the package.json file itself. It's called bin. I have sent you the link for it. If you could pull it up on your screen.
Okay, let's open that screen. All right, yeah.
Yeah. So um, just to give a brief, like we aren't the first package that has such a requirement, right? There are lots of
Mm,
packages in the world that would want a executable to do any sort of task. They have some automation tests running. They want to have some installer or setup or post install scripts, many things.
mm,
So there's a special argument for defining the file which actually contains the node.js script for running these things, and that is defined by the bin option in package.json.
interesting.
So the format for it is like a person can have multiple files.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to have multiple script files with multiple scripts, you would
Mm-hmm.
you would be initializing bin as a object itself, and then again passing every file and the command name itself.
Got
But
it. Got
since
it.
we only want React, only have one script, which is to clone and
Mm-hmm.
set up repo. What we can do is use the second approach on the second code block given here, where we just directly give it the path. And
All right.
that way, the command would be the package name automatically.
Okay, interesting. That's nice. So all I have to do is copy this. I like when it comes to just copying and pasting. Okay, I'm gonna paste it over here, add a comma,
And here
and
we would like
then
to
point it to index.js. Or do we want to create a new file?
create, I guess let's have like something like a script file,
Okay,
script.js.
script.js. I'm gonna create script.js. All right, that's done.
Yep.
What's next?
And hmm, something we can do like a very simple app to do here would be, let's just write in the script app, let's just write a console.log and see if it's working.
Mm-hmm.
How about it?
Control dot log hello. Okay, I'm just gonna do hello. Okay, hello pog Discord world. But I'm just, I don't know, I'm gonna use the word pog in this stream throughout. I feel like it. Okay, so now we have it running. Which command should I use to run this? Should it be node dot? No, because it is not in the index
So
file, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So since we don't have an entry point, right?
Hmm.
What we would there are a couple of ways again here. Either you can, since this is like a bare bones npm package ready
Hmm.
to go, right? There isn't much to do anymore. So we could either like install this package globally on our
Hmm.
own
Hmm.
computer machine, or there is also something called npm link.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the same, but this is my first time trying out npm link, but let's give it a go.
yeah. Okay. So just do npm link.
Yep.
So this basically would link our package to the global directories, the
Yes.
global package directories. Okay. Hmm.
So now if we run the command,
Create,
it should print something.
create
Discord bot.
Discord. Why can't I type today? No.
Oh, this is
Okay.
syntax error.
Syntax error. Cool. Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
What's the error?
Uh, so can we just have a look at the error?
Yeah.
Syntax error and unexpected token. Hello console.log.
It's the spelling is right, right? CONSOLE dot LOG. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
pretty
we
much good.
have an opening quote and a closing quote as well.
Do we? I think we might want to export a function. I'm not sure.
Do we? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Let's
I don't
see
think
if
so.
we
Wait, there
have
is a
an
requirement for that.
npm CLI. We were talking about pen. Do we have any?
Yes, yes. So we missed a very important. No, that we don't need the export. What we need actually
Mm-hmm.
is so we are running these things in shell, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whenever a shell runs a command, if you are familiar with Python development, there is a very important step we do at the start of every Python file. We
Mm-hmm.
actually define which Python executable we want to run
Okay.
with a
Okay.
specific command, right? So
Mm-hmm.
a node also has a similar requirement. I will just send a message to you and just
Mm-hmm.
copy paste this into the first line of your file. So why this line is important is basically this it informs the shell
Mm-hmm.
that node will be the one running this. It's basically giving it a uh, you can say it's kind of header. It's a Linux thing, and
Got it. Got it.
it's called
So it.
SHA
Mm-hmm.
bang or shebang.
Hmm. So this is
And
basically telling the terminal that hey, we are now
you
running a command that is in the node environment, right?
Yeah,
So
and
that's
the
what it's
node
doing.
interpreter should be used to run this.
Okay, interesting. That's cool. So now if I go back and if I run create Discord bot, awesome. So
It
we see the
works.
message. This
Yeah.
goes. This is good. Just create the control. Try it once again. Nice. So we got it working. Pretty awesome.
So if you could just get everyone to review that line, it is very important for the this command itself, the commented line, to be on your first line itself. That way, as soon as the file starts getting read, it instantly knows which interpreter to use and it will switch to it.
Nice. That's good to know.
That's
Awesome.
that's why the console.log threw an error because it doesn't know the shell doesn't know what
Right.
console.log
Right.
is,
Yeah.
right?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
We
Okay.
need Node to understand console.log. And
Yeah.
yeah, so
Makes sense. Cool. Awesome.
if you
Awesome.
are
So.
new to Node or even not familiar with Python, this is this is something which is even done in C files
Hmm.
also to
So I'm.
define like always run C with this. Uh,
So just curious. So if, for example, if you were doing it in Python, we over here instead of Node, it should be Python or something, right?
Yeah, it should be
Got.
your Python executable, and C, similarly, C, it should be your C compiler.
Hmm. Okay. Cool. Cool. Awesome. So we now have this setup almost ready. So we created a new project. We created npm init. We created the package.json. We added the bin file. Sorry, we added the bin object, right? Yeah, which points to script.js. And in script.js, it's really necessary whenever we are building a command line tool with Node is to add this particular line which tells our terminal what which environment to run the which environment to execute the file, and then we are just right now printing the hello pog discord world message. So this so far looks good. What next?
So we figured out like, okay, our command is working.
Hmm.
NPM is picking up our file, whichever we want to use, and it is executing it, right?
Right.
So I would like to discuss with you how do you imagine starting with it? Like, do you, for a very basic version of this, let's say
Hmm.
0.001, like a MVP, what
Hmm.
things should it be doing?
Okay. So I'm just gonna make a note of these things.
Hmm.
How do you comment? Yeah. The first thing this should do is it should clone the repo, right? So clone the Discord bot template repo. Once
Mhm.
this repo is cloned, the next thing I want in this is to install the packages, right? And the
Mhm.
last thing I want is to create a dot env and ask the user for their bot token, right? So this can be at the very end. The first two important steps for me right now is to clone the repo and install the packages, right, so that
Mhm.
the user can at least get started, and then let's see if we can get to step 3 as well.
So um, the people who are much more like familiar with how cloning and things like cloning and installing packages, like familiar with web development, basically, they would have noticed like every step Harshal wrote here is something that is done by executing a command in your command line, right?
Right, yeah.
So again, there are multiple ways, like everything else, to do this. You could include a project called shelljs, which is a very big node library that is used for executing commands in your shell, and just write out the commands we want itself. Or we could use something which a kind of library which is built for specifically doing this task. Like we want a library that is specifically built to clone repos, right? And instead of writing our own commands, I think using a library, a well-built library that can do these things, that would be much more, you can say, like it would allow us to write much more code which is much more
Mm-hmm.
understandable, right? Because there are
Right,
document, like if someone who is working with this package and they will just see a bunch of complex shell commands, we don't want to
yeah.
get into that.
Right,
Let,
right, right, yeah.
let's try to use libraries so our code itself is much more readable.
Right, awesome. So which one do we want to use and how do we
So
use that?
uh, yeah, so for the first step, which is to clone our Git repository, there is
Mm-hmm.
a um, library called nodegit,
Okay.
uh, and it is compatible with a lot of operating systems. It has support for Node.js. It even runs Electron if you wanted to. So
Nice, nice.
here is it. And
Hmm. So okay, so we need to do install node-get
yep,
and okay, okay. Let's go step by step. Let's go step by step.
yep,
So the first thing I want to do is I want to npm install node-get, which is right. It's node-get.
it's
Gonna be
without hyphen. It's without hyphen.
okay. Cool.
And another step, just in case, like as you see, Harshal made a mistake in typing, but he
Hmm.
was cautious enough to verify it, right? There are a lot of malicious packages with similar names where
Right.
you can install the wrong thing and it might lead to virus hitting on your computer. So always be very careful when doing this. Double verify the commands. And personally, I always prefer to copy paste the
Copy
command
pasted.
just to be
Right.
safe. Yeah.
Right. Have you ever been a culprit of this?
Um, uh, I have been, but the thing was, the package I mistakenly installed wasn't a malicious package. It was just another package. So that
Okay.
way I got lucky.
Nah.
And I found this out when, like, I tried to run some commands. It returned me error, like there are no commands such as this exist. Like what?
Interesting. Wow. Cool. So this is installing the package for us. I'm just gonna go through the documentation to see what's the next step that we might have to do. So then we would have to follow this step, right?
Yep.
Hmm. So git clone is cloning the wrapper, but use unknown commit SHA for this wrapper. We don't need this, right? Do we? I don't think so. Do we?
Um, Let me just check.
Okay. In the meantime, let's check.
No, we
Okay.
can just get uh, the most recent commit automatically. So a much
Hmm.
simpler example is available actually on the website. So if you just scroll up and
Ah,
open the website, there's a
this one, right?
yep.
Nice.
This command will simply just clone, and
Hmm.
then it will also return a promise for .10 for the steps we want to do later after
Right.
the clone.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna copy this. Hmm. Not sure why it's sticking.
Oh wow.
All right. I'm gonna try to install it once again.
Let's see the errors. The
Hmm.
repo actually
Let's.
mentions some things you have to do if we get an error.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. In the meantime, let's see the errors, and let's hope we don't get them again.
Mhm.
API documentation. API
Yeah, just it was
example.
just up there only after the like there are some libraries you want to update.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's on Linux machine.
these are some things that you would want.
What? No. I kind of hate when it comes to installing other packages just to use a particular package. But now my
Usually,
question is, yeah,
hmm,
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
usually this is something like the libs stdc and things, right?
Hmm.
They are I have seen them being commonly available on a Linux machine.
Right.
That isn't something because a lot of programs are dependent on this. So if you're using a well-known, well fleshed out distribution like Ubuntu or something, right? It will come with these installed. Can we just
Okay.
read through the error which it's printing and see if
Okay.
it's this one? Maybe we would want to switch to a different package then. Running install script or SSH. Uh, go a bit down till we find like a error message instead of the stack trace.
That's a huge stack trace.
Yeah, these are all C files. .o.
Failed to execute nodegit.js. And then if I go down again, 404 status.
Downloading. Oh, is something not available?
Maybe it might be my network.
I think so because 404 is usually
Yeah. Like we got the error again, I guess.
your network going down. Is Python available on your computer by any
Yep,
chance?
Python is available. But let's check the net speed because we I am streaming, so
Yeah,
it
could
should
be.
work.
Yeah, it should be working.
Yeah.
This is pretty weird. Hmm.
Let's try it one more time. npm install nodegit, and if this doesn't work, we might have to switch to a different package.
Yep.
Yeah, I know Obilodaki 200 Mbps is very slow, but it's what I have. Okay, I think we are gonna run into an error for this one again.
Yeah, it seems like the way it's
Hmm.
stuck.
Yeah.
Uh,
So is there any other package that we should use? We can use.
um, I will have to check
Okay.
for this.
Hmm. Can we take a look at the Create React app project? That would be fun.
Let's do so. Yeah, let's try if we can figure out. I am afraid it will mostly be in TypeScript, which I'm not very familiar
But
with.
we just need to find out the package,
Ah,
right? We
yes,
don't need the code.
true.
Where is package.json? Here is package.json. And I'm just trying to find a file which might have that code, but I think we can get it from
Maybe
package.json.
yeah, package.json would have libraries listed.
Okay. Testing library, Alex, ESLint. Hmm. Okay, let's do this. Create React app task under task. It's cra.js. Let's see how they are doing it. And then cra.js. Wait, what? How are they doing it? Okay, they have a completely different approach than that we were
Mm-hmm.
thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
This is interesting. Feature change uncommon. Okay. Okay, so this makes me wonder if we can use the already existing commands that we have. So I already have git installed, right? So can I just not use git because I see
Mm,
something over here?
yeah. So I think they are using the second approach where I defined
Mm-hmm.
where you could have a library which would execute shell commands for you.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we could try looking at shelljs for this.
Okay, I'm just gonna again open another project, next app, and see how they are doing it. And package.json. Why is it difficult to find package.json? Okay. Hmm. Do you see the command?
Mm,
No, right? I cannot. Let's do
no, I don't think so.
search. What?
Look for bin tag.
But there is no
They don't
create.
have it. Okay. Is there something called git in there?
I
Try
search.
search for git.
Okay. There's git reset, git clean, yarn git reset. But those are,
Oh, those are commands, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are script commands. They are not actual libraries or packages. Yep.
So how are they doing this? This is interesting. Wait, we are in
I
this
don't think
right
this
repo.
is the correct repository for this
Yeah, yeah,
unless Next.js is a mono repo.
yeah. Let's see. Next year resolve monitor fetch. Hmm. No. Nope. So it points to Next.js itself. I don't
Mhm.
know what's going on over here. Okay, so you are talking about shelljs, right?
Yep.
Shelljs. This one.
Yep.
All right, so we want to install shelljs.
Hmm.
So while we are doing that, do you want to explain what it does?
So, as the name says, shelljs is something that is used to interact with your shell. And what it will allow us to do is basically write a command and it would just execute it for us into the in the console.
Right. So now if we come over here, this is nice. I like this package. Okay, this is good. I like this package.
Hmm.
So let's do this. I'm gonna copy these few lines because we obviously want to check if Git is installed or not. If Git is not
Mhm.
installed, they won't be able to copy the repo.
True.
I
So
mean, clone
we'll
the repo, not copy the
clone the
repo.
repo.
All right, and I'm gonna move this to the top. So we are checking if git is installed or not. If git is not installed, we're gonna just give out a message. That's cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Now if git is
And just
installed, what we wanna do? We wanna do shell dot something get install. I don't know. Okay, let's
yeah.
shell execute.
So yeah, we would be using the shell dot execute command,
Mm-hmm.
and within the brackets we would be writing our git clone command. Here it's the git commit command. We will
Right.
be instead
Okay.
using git
Mm-hmm.
clone.
Right. Before doing that, I want to, make sure that we can we clone it, or maybe just write the command and see. So what I was thinking was, if we run this command, where would it clone the repo? So it should basically clone the
Right.
command from where we are running the project, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Where you're running the command. All right. So what was it? Okay, let me get it. I think we will need to do error handling as well.
True.
So I'm just gonna copy
We would
this.
definitely want to.
If shell execute git clone and then just get the link. Now here is another question.
Hmm.
Do we do SSH or do we do
No,
HTTPS?
we would prefer HTTPS because SSH would require SSH keys to be set up between the client.
Right, yeah, exactly. All right. And then we paste it over here. And if it's 0, git clone failed. And then we exit. If not, everything looks good. And we move forward. Right. Awesome. Okay. So
Let's have a successful clone message also after. So shell.echo repo clone successfully.
okay. Shell dot echo.
And then we can try run it and see if the
Yeah.
clone actually happens.
Repo was successfully. I know the spelling is wrong over here. Successfully cloned. Cool. Okay. And now I'm gonna go to a different directory. Let's zoom in a bit. Make a demo folder. And if I do now create Discord bot cloning. Awesome. Cool. Nice. Now if I do ls, I see the repo.
We found the folder.
And if I do Discord bot template and open it over here, we got the gitignore file, we got index.js, we got package.json, we got readme.md. Awesome. So the project got cloned. Now, before moving forward, what I want to do is delete this
RMRF.
rm, rf. Okay. What? Okay. Today does not seem to be a good day for me. What was it? rm, rf, and then we do Discord bot template. All right. If I do, there is nothing over here. Now the next thing we want to do, we install the packages.
Yep.
So now this time we have to do shell execute npm install.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna copy this.
So we would
The
also.
whole thing. Mm-hmm.
I don't think we want to check for npm because if the npx command is running, npm is clearly available, I would say, right? Or is it possible for npx to run without npm? I don't think so. A node
I don't know.
environment
No,
needs
no.
to be there, right? Yeah, a
Yeah,
node
yeah, yeah.
environment should be there. Otherwise, the
Yeah,
file
it has to be
itself
there.
won't run. So
Won't run.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't think we need to check for that now.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I just copied the
So
execution command.
before npm install, we would actually want to go
Mhm.
into that folder, right?
Right. That's a good point. That's a good point. So then it should be, I don't know. Huh. Shell.exe and then cd discord word template,
Yeah.
and then we
Since we
do
don't have any like arguments right now, I
mhm,
think that would be.
okay, and then we do shell execute. This would be npm install, and if it's an error, we do npm install failed, packages added, or maybe do install. Ah, I don't care about the spellings of the movement. Cool. Anything, anything else? Does this seem good?
I think this should be comprehensive enough.
All right, let's run this. And I'm gonna just comment this out, or maybe no.
I think. Um, okay, yeah, no, actually. I was wondering if we would want a git ignore file, but the git ignore file would be synced with
It,
the git repo, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
so we won't need to make it.
Cool. Ah, where is it? Oh, yeah. All right, so we do again create Discord bot. It's cloning. Repo was successfully cloned. Up to date. Oh, what? Okay,
What?
interesting.
That was a very fast install.
I know, right? No, so it didn't install the packages.
It didn't install, right?
It didn't install.
So
But then we
let
didn't
me
get any
just.
error as well.
Yeah. Oh, you did shell.execute. I didn't read.
Ah,
It has a shell.cd command for this specifically. You don't need to do
so
shell.execute.
this would be shell.cd.
No, no, not no the above one.
Okay, this one.
Yeah, you can open shelljs documentation on the side. It's pretty comprehensive,
We
if I would
had
say
it
so
open,
myself.
so where it, yeah, we had it over here, but we want documentation. Where is it? All right, so we wanted
So
to do
there's a
cd.
cd command. Yep, on the top, on the top.
Yeah, but change to dir. Okay,
And it would return a shell string object.
but I need an example to better understand how it is working
Let me see if it's there on the example on the top.
on the
If you scroll all the way to the up, the basic
oh,
example itself,
over here.
it has a
Okay,
cd
so
command,
shell.cd and then the name of
the
the
folder.
folder.
Yeah, it's simple.
Nice. So this would be shell.cd and then simply discord bot template. Interesting. Let's go back over here. RMRF. Clear. Let's check it once again.
Yeah,
Ah,
and
okay.
another something else I would like to change
Mm.
uh, in that
Yeah, yeah, go
file
ahead.
would be let's log once we change, so we can just verify that we are in the
Right.
correct repo.
Makes sense.
So let's have a console.log. No.
Or maybe shell echo.
Oh, yeah, shell echo should also work. Shell echo and no, remove the quotes. We would only want shell.pwd, which is short form of present working directory.
Nice idea. Nice idea. So this is just gonna return me the directory, right? I don't have to
Yeah,
pass any other parameter.
no.
Cool.
It's a function. It's a function.
Okay. Okay. Let's try this now. Create Discord
So
bot.
did you add the
Cloning.
brackets? Yeah, you
No.
forgot to add the brackets. Yeah,
No.
that's what I was
Never
saying.
mind. Never mind. So,
Uh-huh.
but we know it's giving us something, right? And the packages got installed. Awesome.
Oh, they got installed. Very nice.
And if I do this, and this is fun. I am enjoying building this.
I know,
It's
right?
got a
It's always fun.
template. And we got Node. Yes. Interesting. Wow.
Yes.
Awesome. So we got this working. Pretty good. Now, now, what I want to do? What I want to do next? What do you want to do next? Yeah, we already have made a note of that, right? Now we
Yeah.
want to make it interactive.
Hmm.
So we want to create an env file and ask the user for a token. So I think we
Yeah.
can do it with, I don't know. Do we have a
So
shell.touch command which will create a .env and
yeah.
then just
So
yeah.
for creating a file, we
Hmm.
have a command, but something before that, right? We have to ask for the you can say the token from user,
Token.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So for that, there is a very nice package. I love it because it can create beautiful menus, like the sort of which you see while running create React app or things, right? And the
Hmm.
package is called Inquirer. I will just copy paste the name for you. I will just give you a link.
Yeah. But I am thinking, like, do we need another package for this? Can we not do, I don't know, can we not handle it without it? Because it just we just want a token, right? We don't want any other
Uh-huh.
information.
So yeah, but I was wondering from like a future extensible perspective, like won't you like to have a switch between npm on yarn and things like that in the future where you get like a multiple option list.
That's a good idea. But again, talking about npm and yarn, right? So this is what I have observed with create react app as well as create next app, is that they have how do we say it, like uh those commands, they identify which is the default package manager in on my machine, and then based on that they just use that package manager to install the dependencies.
Start so I have been primarily using Nuxt one, and I'm
Mhm.
not sure how, like I'm not familiar with how you can set up a default package manager for your system, so it just asks me every time.
No, okay. So yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, that's
it'll
one
just
thing that
be
I think is common with the Vue.js projects. But let's see. Let's just try it out. I don't know. Since we are already in demo, I can do npx create next app, right? Need to install the following packages.
yeah.
Okay. So this is installing using npm. Interesting. Earlier, okay, because maybe I recently reinstalled Node.js, npm, and Yarn, and I didn't set Yarn as my package manager. That's
Could
why.
be.
Could be.
So
Never
the
mind.
create Nuxt app, which I am familiar with,
Mm,
that gives you. We can also try that out, and it will also give you a demo of what I'm talking about.
okay. npm create
Okay.
next app. Okay. So since we are on npx at the moment, how is npx different from installing doing npm global create next app and then do something like what do you call it?
Oh, I tried to install in the current directory.
Can't create because there's already a non-empty directory. What? I don't know what this error means.
Can't create dot because there is a. Let me just pull up a demo command for you.
Yeah. Okay, what I was asking about npx. So how is npx different from installing a global package and then running the command?
So yeah, as you like the differences in the words itself. So whenever you talk about global installs, right, it's
Hmm.
actually downloading a dependency to your actual installation folder and then
Hmm.
using that to run the command. What how npx makes it different is npx will actually automatically go through your local directories
Hmm.
if you have like a private script, right, and
Hmm.
you have installed it locally. So as we are doing right now, right? So npx will actually guess understand like, okay, this is available locally, so I don't need to go and look for it. So it will just directly get from there. Otherwise, if it won't find it, like it asked you, like, do you want to install? So it will ask you then,
Hmm.
like, if do you want to install it, and if we do that, it will actually fetch the latest version and then clone it. The problem with global install is once you install it, you then have once a new version comes out, you have to update it, right?
Right.
The new
Hmm.
update won't come automatically. NPX is different. NPX will actually check for the latest version itself and
Hmm.
then install it. So you always are ensured that you get the most current working
Got
version
it.
of
Hmm.
the app. And this is especially important when you are working with things like create next app, create React app, and things like
Hmm.
that.
Right. 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 Awesome. So npx create next app. Next app is basically over here the name of
Yeah.
the app. This would
Yeah.
create a new project directory. Yes. JavaScript package
See, it asked
manager.
you. That's so
Right.
these things,
Nice.
right? The things you
Hmm.
are looking at here. This is what
Hmm.
Inquirer helps you do. Like it gives you nice options and things.
Nice.
They are
Axios.
very like the next create app is very intuitive.
Axios. Let's do this. Testing framework none. Static gem stack. Wow. Okay, wow, they have a lot of options.
They have a ton of options.
But then it makes sense to have this many options in such a project, right? For
Yeah.
us, I don't think we would be having so many options. Like at the moment,
Hmm.
I don't think. Maybe in the future, if we have more features coming in, that's when we
Hmm.
might need something like that. But at the
So,
moment, I don't see. Like,
hmm.
do you think there are any features that we can add over here that might be helpful?
I think things like understanding your yarn or npm, that is helpful.
Hmm.
Uh, Next, I am pretty sure there will also be testing frameworks available to unit test your scripts at least.
Hmm.
So that would also, I think, be helpful. But
Right.
obviously, we won't be doing setting it up right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that could be another addition which we could be making.
Interesting.
And um, what else comes to my mind? Hmm. We could also ask if we want to set up a Git repo, like initialize a Git repo for them inside that folder. But
That would be
this is a
helpful.
Git clone, right? So no,
Yeah.
we there is no need to do that. Yeah, this is a Git clone, so definitely no need to do that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. Uh, but for now, let's. Hmm. So it's on you now. Do you want to go with inquire or not?
I think from like a future extendability and just to like make it look nicer relatively, it isn't a particularly large package. Like if you just scroll up, I think they list their size. It's 85 kilobytes unpackaged
Where do you see that?
on the
Okay.
right
Yeah.
side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Cool. Okay.
So
You.
and
You say.
things like it, what the another benefit of it is, I always find reading user commands, like whatever the input user gives, to be a
Mm-hmm.
pain, right? There are lots of backend things that you might not initially think about, like removing spaces, XYZ, that you have to
Right,
do. If
right,
the
right,
user
right.
doesn't give an input, if the user spams enter, what to do,
Hmm.
right? This would actually handle it for us.
Got it. Got it. Why can I not? Yeah. Alright, so installing inquirer. While that is being installed, we need to import it as well. So I'm gonna change this to const. And require. Alright. Now we install the packages and we create an environment for them. So now do we create an environment variable? Uh, do we create an environment variable
No way. I
file
think
first, or do we just ask them
I
that
think
value and then?
configuring a .env file would be much better.
No, no, no. What I was asking is, do we create the .env file first, then ask for the
Uh,
information and then send it over?
no, I we should ask for the information first because
Mhm.
like if we create the file and the user doesn't enter it,
Right.
the file would stay there and it would be bugged for no reason.
All right. So just again copying pasting some code. So prompt pass a question here. Do I do in? I don't know. Paste your auth token and then enter user feedback for whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna right now do console log answers. All right, save this. Where is my terminal? Clear this. Switch back over here. Let's see. ls. Is there a better way to not just always install it? I mean, don't know, because I have to
As
always
in,
do this, right? So I have to always remove that Discord file, Discord bot template folder, run this command again to check
we
everything.
could have like a temporary uh, command that does RMRF for you at the
Yeah.
first time, but
Okay.
we will have to remove that before deploying
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
package.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we didn't get the prompt over here.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Hmm.
The package got installed,
Mhm.
and then we got this message: "Hello, Pog Discord world." So we didn't got this prompt. Do we
Hmm.
register a prompt?
I don't think so.
Create
Do
prompt module. Let's go to the documentation.
yeah. Let's. I think reading through the documentation will be much better.
Pass your question. This is what we are doing.
Oh, so there's like examples folder
Mm-hmm.
down there, which contains an example for a lot of things.
This one? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and there is one of
Uh,
them called
Input and
password.js.
password.
I
Yeah.
think that would be the one which would we want to use.
Okay. Okay. So we have to pass an object in here. Enter a password. Require letter and okay. We don't want to do the validate.
Oh, that is like a validation
Yeah, we don't need
method.
that.
Hmm. So
And this is
prompt is like
another.
a
Mhm.
yeah, it's a object list of objects that we would have to give. It's not a simple string.
And then we close this. And I think this should work now.
Yeah, I think that should now prompt us for
I'm
a
just gonna
question.
copy this as well.
Yeah, again the return of this is in a JSON, so we would want to do JSON.stringify.
Mm-hmm.
Haha.
And now let's go back, run it once again. App successfully cloned, installing packages, enter a
Ah,
password.
nice. Cool.
But I am entering something. Okay,
That I think that was your like console bugging out because the console.log also got printed parallelly.
this one, right?
Yeah. So I think that was like the shell
Mm,
rendering messing up. I'm getting confused.
let's see. Let's try it once again. Ah, come on. And awesome. Never mind. Okay, so we got this working. Now let's be a bit more quick because we are already running running late. So let's do this.
Mhm.
So we have this working. We have it stored in answers. That's good. Now what we want to do
Mhm.
is we want to create a file. So this is what I am
Dot
thinking.
env.
So this should be shell dot touch,
Mhm.
right? And then we need to name a file. But how do we pass on the data as well? Where is the documentation? Oh here.
There's
So
a
I
dot
saw
touch
somewhere
command.
touch here. Where is it? Where? Okay, my bad. Dot touch. This is just creating a file. Hyphen G, do
Mhm.
not create any files. Change only the modification time. Okay, so we want to do hyphen D, some data, and then the
Mhm.
name of the file.
Yep.
Looks pretty easy. Dot touch. No, wait. How do we pass hyphen D? Okay,
No, it's like
hyphen D. Yeah.
it's in an object.
Is it?
Yeah, it's an object.
Okay.
So if you see the template,
Hmm.
it's like options. So this whole would be an argument towards options.
And then no. And then this would be uh, huh,
What was that? That
uh, I don't know. Don't ask me. Okay, so we in our env.example we have, yeah, if I'm not wrong, calling it bot token, and then
yeah,
this would be equal to answers dot.
answers
I'm just
password.
gonna call it
I think that would be
token.
yeah.
Makes more sense. Token, right? And then we want to create a dot env.
Dot
What is
env
happening?
dot I guess development, or would we want to create both?
Let's just be dot env.
Okay, yeah. Let's use the same file for both for now.
Yeah. All right. Coming back over here. What was the command again? Create Discord bot.
You forgot to delete the folder.
rm Discord bot, and now create the bot. All right. Come on, walk. Interesting. Interesting. I think we
Why
changed
did
something
we?
over there.
I think the type should stay as password. I
Yeah.
think that was it, the one you would want to change.
Yeah. And I think now this might have created some issues. Let's just open.
No, I don't think it would have created any issues because the return should always be in an object.
We
Oh,
didn't
it
get
did.
this. All right. Running it again.
Um,
rf.
is token like a keyword by any chance?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so. I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so.
Hmm.
Create Discord bot. Cloning. Yeah. Okay. whatever. Ah, okay. Hmm. No.
Hmm. So our touch command is something that is missing up because we clearly get the console.log. So the answer is getting picked up properly.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere with the D touch options. D. I don't know. Let's quickly take a look at the doc.
Oh, dash D is for date. The we don't want to use date,
Oh.
right?
Okay. Yeah. We want some data over there.
So uh, to write, I think a file, data into a file. Let's see if
Yeah.
there is something which we can use to write.
So generally, what we do is, if I'm not wrong, we do echo hello, and they do and then do something like this, right?
Yeah, we pipe to a file.
TXT, yeah. So can we not do something like this here as well?
We can try it out.
Okay, let's quickly do that. So instead of what I want to do is I want to do exec now because I want to
Yeah, it should
execute.
be exact. I think we would still want to create the file before we do that command. I'm not sure if it creates
But
the
we
file also for us.
but if I come back to this, we are first
Did it create the file
no,
for you?
yeah, it did create the file for me. So if
Ah,
I
okay. So then
yeah,
we could directly do
see if I do ls, you can see the test.txt, right? So what we want to do is over here. This should be
oh, I see. I also found like a way
okay.
to do it with shelljs if you want to use that.
Let's do that. Let's do use the
Okay.
proper way.
Okay. So yeah, then it's we have to format it like a shell string object. So it should be shell dot.
Hmm.
I will just throw you an example
Right.
here.
That would be much better. Okay.
So it would be something like this.
I like this. This looks pretty.
So we would be using the touch command first to create the file,
Okay.
and then use this. I think that would be much more sensible.
So we first do shell dot touch, and this would be dot
And
env, and then let's pass on bot underscore token, which would be the bot token. Over here we are calling it token, and
answers dot token.
then
Answers
sorry.
dot token. I think.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Dot env consistent token. All right, and now this should hopefully work. Or maybe just hello, Arpan sir. How are you doing, sir? Example token example. This looks good. Let's do VSC Discord bot. And
We
okay,
got it.
yes, we got it. Awesome. So we were able to successfully complete all of the three steps, which is pretty amazing. Now, before we hop off, yes, do you want to summarize what we did today?
Sure, definitely. So we started with going over what we were doing. So what we are trying to do here is Herschel has a repository which contains like a template for you, right? And it will basically help you to get started with Git very easily, and that's what this is doing. We are basically writing a shell script kind of thing, which And what that script will do is it will actually clone the Git repo for you. It will install its dependencies for you, and it will also initialize a environment variable file, which is used to store your Discord token.
Mhm. Awesome.
Uh,
All right. So one last question, yes, before we hop off. Now that we have the MVP ready, how do we publish it to NPM?
so I I think this is something we will have to test. It's just a question that has come up in my mind because this is also the first time I'm doing it. I know about the things, but I haven't actually done them before. Since it's a Git clone, uh, it will be inherently linked with your repo by default, right?
Mm, yeah.
So before we do this, I
Mm,
think something we have to do is we have to git rm your .git folder and git init again. So
I
it
don't think
acts like a
we.
new repository.
Okay.
It should be. It should be linked to your repo. If we just can you just cd into it and check what git
Are you
remote
talking about the npm package that we created, or you are talking about
the
the?
the folder created by the script.
Okay. So we do cd and then discard. All
So
right. Mm-hmm. Now what you want to do
git
is
git space remote and
git.
press enter.
Okay. Space. Okay. Okay. Git remote. Don't we have to do hyphen v?
Oh yeah, hyphen see. So it is linked to your
Hmm.
folder, which we I don't think we want to do. So
Right.
we would also have to incorporate a shell.rm command, which deletes the .git repo
Mm-hmm.
.git folder for you,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can just write a
Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna run this command now because I know you are running a bit late, and I don't want to take off more of your time. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna now assume that this is gonna work, right? We remove that, and the user
Yeah.
then initializes it with their own, or we just do it for them.
The command is pretty much similar to the
Mm-hmm.
touch command. What you can do is it can pass in an optional object containing some arguments if you want to, and
Mm-hmm.
then you write the folder name itself.
Right.
So
Yeah. So we can give the user the flexibility of how they want to do, or maybe we just do get in it for them,
yeah, I think we
and that
should
might
do
work as
get
well.
in it for them. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Assuming everything is created over here, now I
Hmm.
want to publish it on npm. So what would be that?
So
What step would that
what
be?
what you would want to do here is since this is like a base JavaScript file, right? There are
Mhm.
no compilers or things here, right? So you
Right.
don't have any build steps, right? So there is
Yeah.
nothing to do here for process. So basically, your file is ready to publish directly. So there is again npm command for this, which is
Mhm.
called npm publish,
Interesting.
and
Let's
you can
search for that.
just yeah. I'll send you the link. I have it handy.
I got it.
Oh,
I
you
think.
find it yourself.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. So this is like the very bare bone command for what
Mm,
you need to do. Important options that you want to configure for this is the access option, where you whether you want it to be a public package or a private package.
right.
The restricted means private, otherwise it would be a public.
Mm-hmm.
That is what something you would want to pass it to. If there is like a one-time password, depending on your security settings, right, you would have
Mm-hmm.
to do that. Uh, Before you run this command, there's something that you everyone needs to do is you actually need an account on the npm site,
Right.
and you need to authenticate yourself with npm in the command line using it. So for the command for that is I think Harshal used it. I'm still not sure whether it's npm login or npm authenticate.
I don't see npm authenticate. I think it's npm
Yes, no,
login.
I then it should be npm login.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So thank you, Yash, for joining in, and thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you, Obi the Daki, Earth99, the Laser Kid, and Master Yash again. Uh, we kind of learned how we can build our own packages. So let's see what you all build. Let me know on Twitter what you build, and I'll be also sharing this on YouTube. So if you want to, take a look at it again while you're building your npm package. Feel free to check out the YouTube channel, and yeah, do like, follow, and subscribe over there as well. Have a nice day, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Goodbye.